Now to our top story of the evening. Top Chef winner Kelsey Clark's car had her 2 children in her vehicle when she crashed into a brick mailbox while allegedly drunk, according to 2 officials familiar with the incident. Dothan police charged Clark with DUI, alleging she had consumed an illegal amount of alcohol. A photo of the crash scene shows the shattered mailbox and its housing. The collision happened early in the evening, with Clark booked into the Dothan City Jail at 8:04 p.m. yesterday. Her intoxication level was not made public, and it's not clear whether she consented to a test that would reveal her blood alcohol content. Now, .08 is the threshold for DUI in Alabama. Back in 2019, Clark won season 16 of Top Chef, a nationally televised competition that drew tourists to her downtown restaurant, KBC, which she built from a catering business she founded. She also authored books and appeared on other broadcast programs.